sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a strive. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride.
These little lights right here are like Chinese sheds, 100-watt little strobes. Besides the white on them, they look fantastic. But I had this one's older, this one's newer, and I had
the light is gonna come.
I had this crappy piece of junk J clamp I got at Guitar Center on. These are way better.
For the people, for the land, let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride.
I love and hate this camera at the same time. I didn't get got what I set up for, and didn't capture the moment though. And this camera's not as good as quality as my other one. And you're like, why are you filming on it then? I was like, I have no idea. I wanted to. Sorry. Well, when I decided to use this camera, I kind of forgot that it has like a 12-minute record time, because it's not meant for recording. I'm doing it anyways, hoping that I can at least make a fun video out of it. And there we go. By the way, we've got these stack of tires right here, great condition. If anyone wants them, hit me up. I'll get you in touch with the guy that's selling them. But we need them out of here. If all it took for you to be the greatest person in the world, or the greatest company in the world, was you had the nicest gear, then the person with the most money would always win. This console right here is a Behringer X32. This is about a $2,000 console new now, and it is almost the industry standard. The X32 is a $2,000 console, and that almost every production house has. But the reason why I said it's almost industry standard is because everyone knows how to use it. Everyone knows, everyone and their mother has one of them. I have that one, I have a rack version, and I have an M32R, which is pretty much the same thing. So I have like 3 of these consoles, but they just kind of suck. Now the console has 32 mic pre's, so I can plug up into 32 inputs of microphones, and then I've got up to 40 inputs with the 1/4-inch aux ins, and you can do 40 inputs in, 40 inputs out through the USB cord to a DAW for multi-track recording or live streaming. Now, why is it not the industry standard if everyone has them and everyone knows how to use them? Well, they kind of suck. They don't sound the greatest, and you can only run 32 inputs, which seems like a lot, but once you get into bigger shows, we're running out of inputs on an X32. You guys remember when I worked for Sean? Sean's shows had 32 inputs exactly, and we couldn't expand. Now, with those 32 inputs, we had tracks, we had drums, we had vocals, guitars, keys, a saxophone channel, but all of that used up every single input we had, and I had a talkback, so that was a full 32. But if you remember correctly, I only had one floor tom on that drum kit. We only had one overhead on that drum kit. Max wants to get another keyboard, and Sean wants to add 80 more tracks. If all it took was to have the right gear to make the best product, then that means the person with the most amount of money would always win. And here's a great example. This is a film called Tornation, and it was filmed on a really bad camera, and it's won plenty of awards at a film festival. But what I really wanted to show you was the total budget for this movie was $218.32 using a free iMovie editing software on a Mac. So if all that it took was to have the right gear and the most amount of money to make a good product, then this is completely bullcrap, because he used a free editing software and a really bad camera and had a budget of $218.32 to make a feature film that was performed at a film festival. I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, and it's like, hey, do you have a lot of nice stuff? Which I do, but I didn't always. So when I first started with this, I had some of the most crappy gear. I had these Behringer speakers. I had this Amazon cheap analog mixer, and I made money with that for the beginning of my company, which then as I worked and worked and worked, I grew and made more money to upgrade to what I have now, which is still the very lowest of low and pro audio gear. Any business, gear isn't always what makes you successful. Here's a good example. This line array right here is about $350 per speaker. I've got 6 of them. I'm about to even buy more of them just so I can do a bigger line array. If all it took was to have great gear, then the people with Claire boxes, Meyer, JBL, they would always win. But I'm still getting a lot of business with those speakers right there. My point is that it takes skill to use what you have and to make the best product. And then, once you start upgrading, you can get some of the JBL and QSC stuff, like what I have. And this stuff is still not even to a grade gear, and it's made by some of the best brands in this industry. My point is use what you have to make the best possible product, and you'll be good to go. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm still getting over being sick, and I've been trying not to cough this whole video, but yeah, it's not working right.